Researching.
The cocoa.
Vamos! You're nearly there. Is there a cocoa?
No.
What?
No hay cocoa. Found out that it's very difficult to climb cocoa trees and get coconuts, so you must revert to the locals and what they do best.
The friendly locals and pumping left-hand brakes at La Punta, close to Puerto Escondido, drew me back for a second time. With 7 old and new friends, we rented our very own beach shack, 1,200 pesos for the month. Simply put, that's about 50 cents per day, per person. Hammock, live crabs, cocoa and mango trees included. It's interesting how different aspects of life seemingly become congruent when you slow down and put all of your experiences in perspective. I was reminded of the Mexican Fisherman Story I had read earlier this year. An American businessman on holidays stood on the pier of a quaint coastal fishing village in southern Mexico, watching as a small boat with just one young Mexican fisherman docked. Inside the small boat were several large yellowfin tuna. "How long did it take you to catch them?" the American casually asked. "Oh, just a few hours," the Mexican fisherman replied. "Why don't you stay out longer and catch more fish?" the American then asked. The Mexican warmly replied, "With this, I have more than enough to meet my family's needs." The American then became serious. "But what do you do with the rest of your time?" Responding with a smile, the American fisherman answered, "I sleep late, play with my children, take siestas with my wife, and sometimes in the evenings I take a stroll into the village to see my friends, play the guitar, and sing a few songs." The American impatiently interrupted. "Look, I have an MBA from Harvard, and I can help you to become more profitable. You can start by fishing longer every day. You can then sell the extra fish you catch. With that money, you can buy a bigger boat, and then a second, and so on, until you have an entire fleet of fishing boats. You can open your own cannery, and then even control the distribution. You could leave this tiny coastal village and move to Mexico City, or possibly even Los Angeles, where you could further expand your enterprise." Having never thought of such things, the Mexican fisherman asked, "But how long will all this take, senor?" The American replied, "Probably 15 to 20 years. And then what, senor? I would happily retire and, with all the money I made, move to a quaint coastal fishing village where I could sleep late. I could play with my grandchildren. I could take a siesta with my wife and play the guitar and sing with my friends." The message of the story is to think about what the most important things in life are to you. What do you really value? If you look close enough, you may find that everything in life is already closer than what you thought.